Hello, loves. So, seems like my net might be lagging a bit. So, just please let me know if you guys are not able to. Just let me know if it's really bad. Okay. So hopefully. All right, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. So good to see you. And thank you all for your patience. I had some stuff come up, so was taking me a minute to get out here, but I'm super grateful to be here. Lori, it's so good to see you. And we'll give this a moment for anyone else that wants to join. I normally use my headset, but I'm not going to use my headset today. I noticed in some of the playbacks that, or at least for the one for fifth dimension and the toning, it seems to muffle. So it's good for talking. But so I'll just I'll just talk louder. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So happy to hear this. There we go. You can see the light ray even better. There's always that band, always that band of blue, which is really, really beautiful. Yeah, I'm really grateful you're here. I am super excited to go into this, and today I'm really just going to be basically going in and providing anything that comes through. I wasn't even I'm really excited. I wasn't planning on actually bringing anything through today, but I felt the intuitive nudge to do so. So I'm super grateful to those of you that are here to receive. The one thing I am going to reflect before we get started is if you feel called to tone, and the toning is really powerful if you allow yourself to express it. Toning is not about being on key or off key. It's not about singing. Of course, singing is a beautiful thing, and expressing with song is a beautiful thing. With toning, it's more of just expressing the sound, but as we know, sound goes beyond ranges that we can hear. And so the way that we hear it, sometimes it might sound like it's rough, but it's about opening the vibrational field. It's about allowing you to experience the reverberation no matter what it sounds like. So please give yourself permission to express. I know for me, I'm sure, it doesn't sound perfect, but it's about the sensations. It's about the feeling. It's not about it being perfect or sounding perfect. So I thank you all for being present, and I thank you for receiving. I'm really, really, really excited to journey and to discover the connection to fifth dimension again. And fifth dimension is very similar to even just what we're seeing right here in this sheet of light, if you will, this ray of light. That's how the dimensions are. They're like layers that hold our energy in. So you could just, for reference, you could think of this as a dimension, and it's all around. It's all around us. It's holding our energy in. So we have the experiences of us in different dimensional form. And what's really unique about the capacity to access fifth dimension is what I feel that it's relaying through its own technology, if you will. It's relaying to us on a cellular how to uphold the crystalline, how to uphold the crystalline sound and the crystalline light, because it's very, and by crystalline for me, it's the way that I sense it is it's very clear. It's like not only in the chamber of the dimension, not only in there are you experiencing the crystalline sound and the crystalline light, but the light itself is crystalline. The sound itself is crystalline. And so it enhances itself through the dimension. And of course, that's also the intention of that dimension. Just like each dimension holds a very specific purpose. Um, and I'm really, really excited to connect and enhance this experience even more so. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being present. Thank you for those that are choosing to receive this. I know I normally speak into things for a little while before this, but today I'm really just feeling called to go in and to experience. So if you would like to join me, and of course, whatever is there, I will reflect as we're going through it, of course. But if you would like to go ahead and allow yourself to begin dropping in. And I do feel I will provide some reflections of the way that the dimension is working with us in relation to our energy bodies, in relation to our field. So let me go ahead, shifting into higher. And just give yourself a moment to give yourself the permission slip. And you'll hear me say that all the time, the permission slip, that's basically granting yourself access. A lot of times we hold ourselves back because our mind thinks about everything. A lot of times, even in these types of offerings, the connections that I've had with those afterwards, some of the things from some of the people, not very many, but from some of the people, they have a difficult time receiving because their mind is so busy. Now, I don't actually experience that as much anymore because I do feel that everyone is really basically transcending their mind in many ways. But your mind is going to want to lead the charge because your mind likes to have control. And so if your mind is very busy, that permission slip is going to grant you access to a chord where not only do you rise in awareness, but there's so much peace, tranquility, and silence. The mind can't reach you in a state of higher consciousness. So giving yourself that permission slip will really help you. It will really assist you. It's not a cure or anything, but it's basically giving you access to yourself. So allowing yourself to be free of the mind, but not because the mind is a bad thing. The mind just has a tendency, just like everything. I would invite you to imagine yourself. Well, not even imagine. No, I don't even want to go there. Allowing yourself. Yeah, imagination is going to take you into the mind. Allowing yourself to be present as the eye of the storm. You're a great still lake. That's your true self. When you are the one that is anchored and you're present, everything else that's happening around you, when you see images, that's not you. It's your mind, it is you, but it's not the real you, if you will. The images aren't you. The noises aren't you. The talking isn't you. It's your mind. Now, I don't say that as a point of separation, but as a point of awareness. It is you, but it's not the real you. Okay. It's the chaos. And the intention of coming into this space and connecting is to rediscover that you are the stillness and that the busyness isn't really you, it's the illusionary you. So, giving yourself that permission slip and also simultaneously giving yourself the permission slip to allow you to be in the state of presence that discovers that great stillness again and again and again. Because the higher you go, the reason why it's more quiet is because in order for you to receive the clarity or the reflection, you ask. Um, Free will is a sovereign law universal. So even though choice is illusionary, free will is a sovereign law, which means that it's in order for you to reflect back to yourself the truth, it's not going to just pour in, you ask. So if things are always dropping in and you're always hearing stuff, please be aware that that's your mind. Your mind is presenting you with things. The only way anything can appear from a higher space is that you ask. And not only that, but you are automatically in a space of receiving. So, with that, let us begin to drop into the heart. Just waking up the singing bowl a little bit, allowing yourself to become even more awake and giving yourself the permission slip to wake up because that's what this is for. This is to provide you with an opportunity to awaken to your higher. Allowing yourself to really bring your focus into your awareness. What are you aware of? Now, you may be aware of some of the chaos, but just allow the chaos to remain in a state of moving around you. You do not need to focus on the chaos, but you can be aware of it. That is a gift. It is a blessing to be aware of the chaos. And allowing yourself to drop deeper. Allowing yourself to become aware of your energy centers. And I would like to reflect a very powerful and interesting experience that happened in one of my previous sessions. A beautiful sister was reflecting her solar plexus, between the sacral and solar plexus, being blocked. And one of the things that it came up twice, and it came up even after the session. And one of the things that was able to be understood as we were reflecting is that many believe in their centers being blocked. Many believe that their centers can become blocked, which means if you hold a belief of polarity, if you believe that you need to unblock or that you need to clear, then you hold a purpose to be able to do that, which means my purpose is that if I believe that my energy centers can become blocked, then I'm always going to have a reason to fix that, right? To clear that, to cleanse that, to heal that. There's always something there that I'm going to need to work on. And that's what the mind really loves. Your energy centers are never blocked. Not in your highest, And in your highest, the reason why I say that is your highest exists purely as energy. And so when you are in connection with your highest and you hold the unconditional acceptance of yourself, it may be unconditional, but that doesn't mean that it requires conditions to be unconditional. It's unconditional, which means there is no polarity. This is why when I just simply move through the centers and I allow everyone to become aware of them, when I express that they are activated, I'm just reinforcing the truth of the existence. So this is an invitation, especially if any of you practice healing or the like. When she was able to discover that, she had massive amounts of energy, massive amounts of herself that came in. Because the reason why she couldn't come in, the reason why her energy couldn't come in is because there was belief that it was always blocked, or belief that it could be blocked. So your energy is always here. Your energy is always in motion. And the ability for you to experience freely means that you don't have anything that you need to fix. Now, this doesn't take away from your intention or purpose as a healer or as a light worker or a service operative, but it does change the dynamic, because a light worker believes that there's things that need to be fixed, that we have work to do. But that's not the work that we're doing. As a matter of fact, I would actually clear that. I would let that go. You're a being of light, not a worker of light. As a being of light, you just simply exist. You don't have a job to do. That is a very mental construction that has been created for the collective and by the collective. As a being of light, you simply exist and you emit your vibrational existence. And your work is internal and it's eternal. So opening and activating the Earth Star, again, just reinforcing the truth of what already exists. Open active root. Open active sacral. Open active solar plexus. Open active heart. And giving yourself an opportunity here in the space of the heart to just expand. Even as I was speaking that, my throat was almost closing up because I can feel the belief that people have around such things. And it really prevents them from being a full expression of light because they prevent themselves. Open active throat. Open active third eye. Open active crown. And open active soul star. Let us continue higher. Open active sun star. Open active cosmic star. Open active universal star. Open active spirit star. The beautiful thing when you move through it in this way is not because it requires anything, but it's the awareness. I am aware and I am simply reflecting what I am aware of. And because I am aware, I am able to experience what I am reflecting and what I am reflecting upon. Allowing yourself to begin familiarizing with the sound and the tone. I can already feel the intensity of the fifth dimension. Once you unlock it, you don't go back. I mean, you already are connected. Mm, okay. Unlocking the access point to fifth dimension. Ooh, ooh. That's intense. Whew. So I am going to invite you guys to please declare, I accept, I receive, I accept, I allow. This will really assist those, especially if you're maybe not as energy sensitive, if your mind is still attempting to control the experience. Okay. All right. Let us move a little higher in the chord. Connecting higher into the higher self, the higher chord of consciousness. Moving higher. And inviting in and requesting the gene expressions that are holding the reflection through fifth dimension. Okay, 42 is stepping forward, so allowing 42. Just testing a little bit here. It's already pretty powerful. So before I really belt a chord there, before I really go higher in the channel, I'd like to test the sensations. Okay. Accepting and allowing 42, the expression of 42. Receiving the active chord. Organics are receiving. Blood is receiving. Nervous system is receiving. and calling forward the access cord to 42 through the fifth dimension. Opening and receiving. Whew. And I highly recommend that each of you express some tonality so that you can feel the full force of the reverberation. It's fifth dimension, which is it's passing through you, and yes, you can receive the reflection through what I am expressing, but it is going to be more intense if you reflect and you receive the reflection of that. Karushuko yanda baraya sakina mariata puya siata darishi ni mikate ki siya kuriata teti mateki aria sakiteki masiako ai ukrik up anda ari as mak urik mak ai urik u atik ud ark uk expressions of light. The expressions of light do not belong to any cosmic being. The expressions of light are simply an expression of light through my channel. And opening 42. Ooh. Right now, 42, the expression of 42 is guiding and opening, relaying, relaying the design, if you will, through the fifth dimensional gateway. Now, we're simply expressing gateway because fifth dimension is unseen, but it's all around us. So gateway just being used to express the connection. We do hold a cosmic connection to, there's a fifth dimensional cosmic and a fifth dimensional universal. So right now we are simply experiencing the fifth dimensional planetary, but of course, we can go, or not go, we can experience the cosmic and the universal here now. And for the intentions of what's necessary in terms of our body, our vehicle being able to carry the dimensional landscape, if you will. We're going to be present in the connection of it on a planetary for this moment. So opening the body, opening the vehicle. I'm rocking a good bit here from back and forth. 42 is still working. The design is still working, acclimating. Attuning. And there's a lot. I normally do not yawn this much. There is a lot that is opening up. And let us bring through some layers of tone and access with the fifth dimension. So calling forward the next gene expression in any lines of technology being DNA, that assist in the unlocking or are necessary, if you will, for the unlocking to carry. Okay, 37. 37 is stepping forward. Gene expression 37. Okay, 37 holds a planetary and cosmic. Okay. Whew, that one's intense. Ooh, I can even hear. I can hear the like cosmic. Sounds similar to when people, when they've relayed the sounds of certain clusters of stars and such. or the heartbeats of some planets. My goodness, that's amazing. Having a little fun. Thank you. Thank you all. That was amazing. I could actually hear. It was like I was it feels like I'm hearing a star cluster communicate back. It's very frequency based, if you will. Okay, unlocking the next higher gateway, the fifth dimension. So let us move into cosmic. Yeah, my senses are going deaf for a minute. Okay, opening the gateways of the senses, expanding into the cosmic fifth dimension. Ooh, that's intense. That's actually what's in my ears, what I'm hearing. Expanding the senses. Doo, 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 ah, ah, ee, ah, ah, ee, ee, ah, ah, ah. Ruku, ruku. It is amazing, the reverberation. Tu, 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 tu. I'm curious, is it necessary for us to express the sound and the light to unlock the gene? No. Does it enhance it? Yes. Yes. So let us go. I want to try something a little different. Opening and activating the nervous system. Opening the gateways of the nervous system. Moving higher. Nervous system. Realigning. Redesigning. If there are any layers of beliefs or any layers of perception that are blocking through the belief that it can be blocked, let us release those. So calling in through the cord, the experience or the design that will enhance the receiving and anchoring oh yeah, I don't know you about you guys, but that's even my eyeballs are like itching behind my eye socket. I can feel. Right now 37 is working. There is a redesign. Yep, That's what it is. There's a redesign that's taking place. It was necessary. I had to become aware of it. Yes, the redesign is taking place. Major, intense, magnetic, heart, higher heart. Expansion. So can we, with the access point of fifth dimension, let's see if it's working energetically as a bookshelf. We can move ourselves energetically into that chamber. Yes, to inherit. So let's see, can we shift? Moving higher in the awareness. I'm playing on some curiosities here in relation to fifth dimension. So thank you for joining me. Okay, let us shift ourselves fully through the awareness into the fifth dimension. Now, just giving yourself an opportunity to experience the sensations. Okay, coming into, let me see the dimension. I know it's unseen, but I can sense. Unlocking the cells, unlocking the crystalline chambers in the cells. Crystalline chambers in the cells. Connecting to the crystalline chamber of the dimension. The crystalline chamber of the cells. Oh yeah, you can definitely feel that. Accepting, receiving, acknowledging the dimension, the cells. It's so very interesting because the different sounds reverberate in a different way. And I can feel them moving through different areas. It's quite beautiful. So requesting to receive the design through fifth dimension that will elevate the cell's response to be able to harness and anchor the crystalline clarity of the dimension. Receiving this. Ah, 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 ah. Wow, that's pretty incredible. As soon as I open my mouth, it's like the sound starts to come out and I can't stop it. Ah, ah. Wow. Very powerful reverberations. So harnessing now and calling forward gene expression 72 to assist in the unification. Openly accepting, receiving gene expression 72. About is it necessary to express the tones or can any sound, even the spoken word, can the spoken word reflect with the same ferocity? Yes. Okay, I want to practice this. So calling forward and receiving the blueprint. I'm hearing any sound will do. Calling all energy centers into the alignment. Calling all cells into the alignment. Wow. Ooh. That reverberation is extremely powerful. There was a buildup, I'm not sure. There's just, yeah, there's a build up to this. And using the dimension to enhance the experience. Allowing the vessel and the body to restructure itself. And thank you for taking this journey with me as I discover and harness the dimension. And allowing the reality of you to be redesigned, reformulated. Anything that is held in the cells and the memory banks of the cells that were stagnant, not moving energetically. Allowing this to free, along with the acceptance of you. It's so amazing. I truly feel like I'm just floating. Like you see people in space and they're weightless. That's exactly what it feels like. Weightlessness, floating. The currents, the magnetic currents. Lifting, redesigning. It's truly remarkable. There's on the one hand, I'm like, how can I feel so weightless? Because when I go to stand up, I feel so heavy. But in this moment, I feel so weightless. It's amazing. And I do feel, sense, and I experience the cord in this way, the channel, because the channel is very, very large. There's a rod that runs straight through that connects us into the channel of the higher, the cord of the higher as the higher. And the walk of it is internal. And when you experience and understand yourself as reality, then you understand also too that everything around you is you, which means when you are present in the chord, all of this that's out here is simply a simulation of the mind, projection, and the chord, and all the different layers of tone, of reality, of self. I would say is the true reality. We are the reality. And I would say when we experience ourselves in the truth of the reality as the reality, then we experience ourselves as this weightlessness, no form, flowing, and really the only way that I sense that we can experience anything being quote unquote wrong with our body is when we pull out, when we pull away from, like, let's say when this ends, we pull away and we go to begin interacting with our projected reality. Then we go to focus on things that are either good or bad, right or wrong, what I should eat, what I shouldn't eat. We begin to go back into the simulation in a way where we kind of disconnect ourselves. Um, doesn't mean that we're not still connected, but we go more into the mental instead of the higher. And so when we're in the higher, we are understanding ourselves in a way where we are the will and the power, we are the source, which means that um, choice is actually an illusion. The choice is already made, interestingly enough. When you end up acting on the choice, you think you're actually choosing, but the programs are actually acting, are operating, and you're just simply the illusion of the choice, the perception of choice. Oh, I'm choosing. And that's the illusion of the choice through the program and the mind. The program already it operates. That's the way it operates, is it's already carrying the action of the experience. And from the higher space, we connect with the dimension in a way that allows us to harness and experience beyond the simulation, where we redesign and reconstruct ourselves in a way that isn't defined by something being good or bad or healthy and not healthy. That's a part of the illusion. And your cells are directly going to reflect to you what you believe. If you believe you require certain things to feel good, then you will require certain things to feel good, to feel healthy, because you have designed yourself in that way, which means it's actually the program that's operating the design, and you feel like you're doing something right by choosing healthy, but the choice has already been made. Just like in the Matrix, the choice has already been made. So with the experience of the dimension from the higher space, we are also in the process of rediscovering how we harness that through the cells. My voice is the tone. The tone is my voice. Yes, I can even feel that just by asking, I actually was in a space of feeling as if I didn't know. So I have chosen to shift into a more anchored space. I do know, but not from a space of knowing all. No, I'm aware. I can, I am accepting that I am aware. I have accepted the shift. But it was fun to journey in that space of asking the question and receiving the answer. It was fun. So from this space, as the voice and as the tone, opening the chambers of the cells, connecting to the chambers of the dimension. And again, the sound, the vibration. Ah, yes. My voice is the expression of the light. That is simply a vibration of sound. Together, we experience the restructuring of the water, the restructuring of the cells, the restructuring of the nervous system, the restructuring of the body. And I do feel that that weightlessness is actually a reflection too of not only the way that the vibration in this dimension lifts you up. You know, when you play a sound, it can actually it can elevate sand particles. So matter is elevated in the fifth dimension. Gravity is still a dimensional marker, if you will. But gravity works a bit different in connection with this dimension. The water, able to receive the crystalline sound, and the reflection begins to lose its form, its molecular form that is heavy. The molecules, we do not require as many the molecular weight on the subatomic level changes once a few of the molecules are removed. And even though I am here in place and I am sitting and I am anchored, I am also still weightless. It's truly amazing. Let us move up in the stars, moving higher. Moving up into vibrationally into the connection of the universal star. Expanding within the universal star. And harmonizing with the fifth dimensional gateways of the universal star. Opening and expanding. Passing through a few anti-gravity wormholes, if you will. And opening the gateways of the blood. Gateways of the blood receiving. Gateways of the blood harnessing. Harnessing the fifth dimension. It's fun to play with the sound. Accessing the higher hormones and the higher amino acids, opening and activating the thyroid, opening and activating the thyroid, Opening, activating thyroid. Harnessing sound through the fifth dimension. Releasing the higher hormones. Into the body. Releasing the amino acids into the body. It's very intense. Ooh, the thyroid is releasing a lot. Thyroid releasing higher hormones, thyroid releasing amino acids into the body. Accepting and allowing these little builders working with through the harness of fifth dimension. Rebuilding, reconstructing with the design of the higher. The weightless form. The weightless form, yes. This is what it's about, weightless form. That is intense. This is beautiful. And just to reflect what I'm experiencing, first, I do not feel really, I mean, I sense my body, but I don't feel any part of my body that's independent from the next. Like I don't feel my right arm, or I don't feel my left arm, or I don't feel something in one part of my body, but not the other. Every part of my body is whole, it's unified in the vibration. And I don't, it just feels so light. Everything feels like, if you've ever sat in a massage chair and you feel the vibrations and you kind of just feel everything vibrating, it feels like that, but all the way up through the crown and all the way through the base of the feet in a way where it's happening in from the inside out. And it also feels almost like floating in water, even though I'm sure I look like I'm just sitting here. I can feel myself floating. I feel very weightless. The thyroid is releasing some very, very beautiful sensations into the body right now. These are the new builders of the higher realities, as you know, you're the reality. So the builders of the higher design are coming through the thyroid, if you will, the glands. The glands have always been our builders anyways, but the amino acids most specifically. Yes, the vibrational tone. And some of the tones are simply what I feel and sense are beyond, I'll say beyond, but we don't have the sound, if you will. We don't have anything that can replicate the sound. That's the best way to express that. We don't have anything that can replicate the sound, but we can use the sounds that we have that are replicating, because we have to remember that anything that makes a sound is a replication of something that already exists. So in this space, we can express the tone, we can mimic the sound, which supports and enhances the experience. And we can also accept that beyond the range that we have yet harnessed and created from, we can still hold the experience. By allowing ourselves to, so much is happening. By simply just allowing through our awareness, simply allowing the vibrations. And there's a lot happening internally from the release of these hormones. So we're going to take a few moments here just to kind of receive and finalize this. I love experiencing the reverberation. And then harnessing that. It's pretty remarkable. I can tell that's definitely off key. I'm pretty tone deaf, and I feel like I feel like that's serving, absolutely. It's pretty, that's the one thing I've really loved, and it's such a gift and a blessing, at least in my experience for me, is that I'm pretty deaf through my senses. But I sense everything, but I'm also simultaneously, it's like being blind and deaf at the same time. Everything that I sense comes from the ranges beyond, it feels like it's beyond. My eyes are gateways. They don't see images, but they do sense and reflect No, I'm sorry. They are gateways. So I harness the eyeballs as gateways to see through, and to view through the pineal gland, if you will, using the pineal gland and the eyeballs as gateways to sense and to quote unquote view the variations between the grayscale and the vibrations. So everything is vibration and different scales of light and light and dark. And I absolutely love that. Okay, my loves, thank you for going on this journey with me and just discovering the experience of the dimension. I really didn't come into this with anything specific. I was just curious in the discovery. But I am noticing something slightly different. Yeah, I'm noticing. Let me move a little higher. Moving higher, moving higher. And moving just a little higher. Oh, there it is. Ah, wasn't high enough. There it is. Let's go just a little higher. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely the key. It's necessary. There's a certain layer, again, breaking through that glass ceiling. Yep, I can definitely feel a difference moving higher. I can definitely feel a difference. It was very powerful. I mean, it's powerful all around, no matter what, but moving higher through the cord, now it has an opportunity to move through my body in a different way. Yeah, there it is. There it is. And co-creating with the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful higher hormones, co-creating with the beautiful amino acids, co-creating. And I would like to reflect so I would like to reflect, and I'm sure that you're even able to hear it in the expression of my voice, where we access at different spaces. I could feel myself still in a space that wasn't, it's very interesting that that part of the mind, it was like, oh, am I really there? Am I really connected? Am I really you know what I'm saying? That space of doubt, but that's only accessed if the mind is still able to come in, which means that mind is still, because when you're not fully in the higher, the only other participant that can really assist is the mind. And so the mind is trying to relay and to support and assist, but it's not quite sure because it's not familiar with the territory. So it's not quite sure if it's relaying everything properly. And so I'd like to a beautiful tool of learning there and providing that reflection, because moving higher, you can definitely feel where everything just the layout is different. It's different. You can feel yourself anchor once you break through that threshold and you're there, you can feel it. It seeps in like sunshine. It's undeniable. And now it has an opportunity to be all encompassing because the mind isn't taking up the negative space in between. And opening and inviting in through the body, through the vessel, inviting in the vibration, harnessing the fifth dimension, harnessing the gateways of the fifth dimension, harnessing the design of the sound and the light and the crystalline. Yes, much more. It's so crystal clear at this space. And it's a beautiful opportunity for me to kind of, oh, thank you for expressing, Andrea. So sensitive when you speak. I feel it vibrating in my nose, such vivid dreamlike feelings. Thank you, beautiful. Yes, that is one thing I have come to discover, that when you are when you are the channel, right? When you express, the voice carries the tone. So the tone isn't just the sound that we think, such as "ah," right? "Ah." That's a tone, if you will, but there's so much more. And thank you for reflecting that. And now I feel this is a beautiful space, because then it becomes all encompassing, and now it is more in the space of the internal. It can be embodied, and which is a very important thing, because the higher you go, the more you embody. When you're a little bit lower, it's really powerful and it feels really powerful, but you can't really embody it. So the weightlessness is definitely there. I'm experiencing the weightlessness, but I'm also experiencing it in the body as well. It's more embodied, because, yes, because the capacity. This has been such a fun journey. Thank you all for going on this journey with me. It's amazing. Ah, 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 na, sa, ra, na, se, to. So let us play with the design. The design being sound and light. Thank you for receiving. Thank you, Lori. And sound and light as the design encoded. So, like codes on a computer, right? When you encode, it's, I don't know the proper word for that, but like the ones and zeros, binary. So let's allow that it's similar to binary, but on a grander scale. So receiving the design. There's the key. There's another key. Receiving the design, expressing the design, but being in the space of being able to do both. I feel like I can breathe for the first time. It's like being on the top of a mountain and breathing cold, fresh air. Oh my goodness, yes, the cells are unlocking. Oh yeah, that one grounded in. It's amazing. I am truly feeling and sensing in this process the cells are unlocking. So the layers and the films of operation are shifting. I've already been experiencing, just for reference, I've been experiencing myself as the higher reality, and I've already had some just wow, look at all that light. I've truly been experiencing myself as the higher reality, and it has been beautiful. My vessel, my vehicle is reflecting that, even the realities of quote unquote my family and those things in my external reflect that back. And my parents used to get sick once to twice a year. They have not been sick at all this year, nor were they sick at all last year. And they're in their mid 70s. So this means that the vibration through the blood is also being recognized. Number two, because the reality is us, everything external from us is a reflection of us. So when we carry the tone, it is reflected. This is the importance of the blood in this moment, because everyone that is connected through the blood, and even those that you think are not, because we're all unified through the bloodline, we're not separate. But the ones that are most closely related to you will be the first to reflect it. Everyone is connected. We are all connected. The royal blood is the blood of us as the unified self, what everyone calls the Christ or the Christ line, or the song. I reference it as the sangreal, the royal blood, but it is more than the material line. It is more than the physical line. It's more than just the kings and queens. Okay. That's one representation of the line, but this, what I'm expressing, goes beyond that. So feeling a very, very, very powerful anchor into the bloodline. And now we will pull that up in, and we will finalize this. We're going to pull it up in. Receiving, requesting and receiving the design. It's already beginning. Yeah, 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 pulling it up, pulling it up, pulling it up. Yeah, Rama. Yeah, Rama. Yeah, Rama. Yeah, Rama. Ra, na, yes. You all have heard me reflect the seat of power as being the higher self. This is, if you're like me, you're experiencing yourself. I know I'm sitting on a seat, but what I can feel underneath me is an energetic seat, the energetic seat. And this is the seat of the tone, holding me up. It's quite beautiful. Okay. We'll finalize this. So moving a little higher and anchoring this all into the blood. Moving a little higher. And expressing one final wave. Requesting, accepting, and receiving the design. Okay, pulling from higher. And anchoring. Anchoring. Okay, anchoring. Decompressing. Decompressing. Ooh, that feels like a fire inside. You can even see or I sense the variations. It's almost like looking at a fire head on. Decompressing. Remaining a little higher. So going a little higher. Decompressing, but remaining in the higher chord. That point right there is pretty intense. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for those of you. I know there's only a few of you here, but I thank you so much for remaining, for journeying. I just love this, how much light, and it's blue. It's always blue. It's like blue and indigo and violet. Um, Beautiful ultraviolet rays there. Really pretty. Thank you so much for receiving, you guys. I'm truly grateful to have the opportunity to take this journey and to experience this. Thank you for, allowing me to, be present. And thank you for choosing to invest the time in the receiving. It's truly amazing to have those of you to journey with. So thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Lori. Thank you. So thank you guys. As always, I'm grateful to have this experience. Ah, man, so much so much opening. And if any of you guys ever feel called to leave a reflection of your experience, I'm always open to receiving it. You can leave those in the comments on, during the replay. I know that the comments from this are, will be there, but you have to like scroll over for those. But or you can always reach out to me and reflect on Instagram and I will receive that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. And for those of you that are connected with me on WhatsApp, you can also reach out on there. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you guys so much. I'm always so grateful to hold these experiences with you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next live. So until then, Adonai.